The Immortal John Hancock here, and I thought I'd do a cool end of the year reflection upon retro gaming hardware that came out this last year. And you know, as time moves forward, retro gaming is going to evolve, and it's very evident with what products are being released, how that is changing. But what I thought I'd do is I just take a look at some of the previous hardware that some of it I've covered on my channel. Others I wasn't interested, didn't pursue it, but I need to acknowledge that it came out, and I thought it'd be kind of fun for you folks to pick the top four of the products that I'm going to mention. And just in the comments below, let me know what you think of these and why you picked them. And so I really enjoy covering lots of retro gaming products, and sometimes I don't get to cover it all. And, you know, I'm not really going to give my opinions. These are the 8 that I chose. There might be others that I didn't know about, and so I'm just going to focus on these. I did reach out on Facebook and Twitter and kind of asked about hardware. There was some input. And so these are the 8 that I'm going to go with from that information. I want to thank everybody for helping me out. So first up is the Amiga Mini. And I covered this on my channel. And I think it's awesome that these, the mini versions of these classic computers are coming out. There's a few still planned to come out. I know the Sharp X68000. I think there's a mini version that got delayed. And so that's not out yet. And as you can see here, it's cute, it's tiny, it offers lots of Amiga classic games included, and I thought overall it was a pretty good product. So yes, that was earlier in the year, and definitely very cool to see that being released. But you know, that was just one of many products, because there's lots of gamers out there that like different types of retro video games, whether it's handheld or computer or console and arcade. And so there was Astro City Mini 5, and that came out. I do believe Limited Run Games was offering it, and you know, that was definitely something popular. I do believe it was a follow-up to the Astro City Mini. 2 products that I didn't get, and I know a lot of people really like these little mini arcade setup things, and yeah, I don't have a lot of opinions about it other than it offered some classic arcade games on a cute little mini arcade setup. And so yep, maybe you have some thoughts about that for sure in the comments below. Let us know. Next up was a mini console out of nowhere, and it was the Atari Flashback 50th anniversary. This was a strange one too, because you know, they made Atari worked with Digital Eclipse, and they offered an awesome, you know, compilation of classic Atari games, and I did a video on that, Atari 50. But you know, they came out with this another Flashback. You know, a lot of people are saying, you know, the Flashback is long overdue to being retired, and you know, to a certain extent I would agree with that. I got this on an obscure website, Microless, I do believe. This product is now available at Newegg. And so both the gold and the standard edition, $60 for the standard edition, $80 for the gold edition, if you're curious. I did a video on it, and you know, all right, you know, it came out. It's, you know, cute little micro console of that looks like a mini Atari 2600 with gold switches, and offers lots of 2600 games only, though. That's important to note. And so next up, I definitely covered, this is another product that really is kind of showing how retro gaming is moving away from physical cartridges. But Classiq III HD from Old School, and this takes physical cartridges. It was a 3-in-1 combo, and you know, budget, you know, kind of a budget console as well for what it does. And I thought it was all right, for sure. And I did a video on it, and all the links of the ones I did cover will be below in this video. And so that was kind of nice to see that those are still being made. And it just shows that, you know, those used to come out and be everywhere, and it's like they kind of like gone away from that. I think a lot of people want a device to play lots of games. And that's what I'm seeing on my channel. Not for everybody, and I know there's a lot of people that still play on their original hardware and their original games, and that's awesome, and I support that. But, you know, for the majority of people, I'm seeing them move away from that. Next up was the Egret II Mini, and that was another arcade mini setup, and it had some things you could add to it. I do believe it was offered from Strictly Limited Games. They still have some limited edition versions of this on their website, very expensive. I do believe the base model was like $229. Another reason why I didn't pursue it, as I thought that was really expensive for something I wasn't going to play too much of. I think it's great. I think it's got some great arcade games on it, and it's cool. You can like you can tilt the screen. That was its big kind of feature, and you know, it's just something I didn't pursue. And it looks cool. That price was a turnoff for me, and that's why I didn't cover it, as I wanted to pursue other things on my channel. And so, but yes, for sure, that was released this year and has to be included. And definitely, if you have this or have experience with it, in the comments below, let us know what you think of this product. Next up is one that I'm big on, and I'm a big fan of Evercade's products. And the Evercade Exp handheld came out this year. It was a follow-up to their original handheld, offered many improvements, including a tape mode, and was bundled with some new software. So very, very awesome to see that, as well as, you know, it's an awesome handheld, and you may have gotten yours now, and so happy to see that coming out and being supported with many multi-carts are still coming out for that. And so I do believe there's like 300 plus games for it now, and including iiRcade and Toplin. So for sure, looking forward to seeing what else they do. And, you know, that definitely, it's not technically a console, but it is a handheld, and you can plug it into a TV and display it that way. So it's very cool to see Evercade move forward and continue to make products. Next up was the follow-up to the original Sega Genesis Mini, and Sega released the Genesis Mini 2. And offered many awesome games on it. I was happy to see Herzog's Vi, as well as some others. And overall, great product. I thought the price was great as well. And I do believe it's still available on Amazon. And so nice to see that as well, even though it was fairly difficult to track down originally. It seems like it's a little bit easier now. But yeah, it's totally small too. And this is, I think, what a lot of people want to see. They're big on these mini consoles. Bigger than I thought too. I think that the collecting them and people pursuing them, and I think some people are frustrated that previous ones haven't been re-released, like the TurboGrafx 16 Mini, which honestly I didn't get either, and now it's super expensive. So for people that were wanting to pursue these, you know, if they're available and you're on the fence, just know that, you know, once they're out of production, they typically go up and they spike a little bit in value for a bit, depending on what they are and what games they offer. But the Genesis Mini 2, not bad. Not bad. I thought it was pretty good setup, especially for a collection of Sega Genesis classics. This last one, I'm going to include, I do believe a person online was kind of saying, well, this company themselves considers it a console. It's pretty expensive, but I'm going to include it because it offers lots of retro gaming goodness and came out this last year, and that's the iiRcade Gold Edition. So iiRcade is an arcade cabinet that offers, you can get different games for it, both new and lots of classic arcade games, but not just arcade games. And so because of that, I'm going to include it on this list, and it's the iiRcade Gold. I have the standard edition. I've done some videos on that, showing some of the games that you can get for it. They're offering new games frequently, and you may want to check out their website, as the iiRcade Gold is a pretty awesome setup and something you may be interested in if you collect arcade cabinets. Those are the things that I could pursue and find that came out this year for retro gaming network hardware. Now you're probably wondering, what about all the emulator boxes that came out? Well, that's in a separate category. I really wanted to focus on dedicated hardware from a specific company that was being offered on Amazon or a website. I really wanted to just stick to those. All the other emulator boxes are in a separate category, but really, what did you think of the things that I showed today? And what was your 4 favorite? In the comments below, what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the 4 that are picked the most and maybe do a video short in the future and then narrow it down to the final 2. I'm going to have a little fun with this. But I want to thank everybody for coming to my channel. And this is just an example of some of the retro gaming stuff that I like to talk about. I've done over 1,000 videos, and if you like what you see, consider hitting that like and subscribe button and clicking the bell as I'm uploading videos all the time. I want to thank everybody. You folks are wonderful and beautiful. Let's keep it positive. This is the Immortal John Hancock, and you have a good day.